As we come on the air, President Trump is weighing in on the outcome of those talks in Pakistan, saying that, quote, most points were agreed to, but the only point that really mattered, nuclear, was not. He also says the U.S. Navy will begin a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz and that any Iranian who fires at us or peaceful vessels will be, quote, blown to hell. There's no word on what Mr. Trump is suggesting was agreed to at this point. According to our new CBS poll, there is increasing concern about the president's handling of the war and its impact among Americans. Those factors and more add up to a new low in President Trump's overall job approval rating for his second term. The inflation report out late last week did not help. It was the worst of Mr. Trump's second term, showing a monthly jump we hadn't seen in nearly 4 years. We've got more on our poll later in the broadcast, but we begin with Saturday and Sunday's dramatic negotiations in Pakistan between the U.S. and Iran. Our Imtiaz Tyab reports from Islamabad.
There was a real sense of optimism as Vice President JD Vance arrived in Islamabad, along with Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Just hours earlier, the Iranian delegation had also arrived in the capital city, led by the Speaker of Parliament, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, and Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. It was hosted by the Pakistanis, who helped broker the ceasefire so the talks could happen, the first high-level face-to-face meetings between top American and Iranian political leaders since the 1979 revolution. And after 21 hours of marathon talks, including multiple calls to President Trump, Vice President Vance emerged at 6 a.m. local time.
We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could, and they have chosen not to accept our terms.
According to Vance, the key sticking point was Iran's refusal to agree to never develop a nuclear weapon. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman Ismail Baghai said the U.S. made, quote, excessive demands, but downplayed the apparent breakdown. One should not have expected that we could reach an agreement in a single session, he said. And while that may not have been the Iranian delegation's expectation to end the punishing 6-week war, the U.S. delegation left the talks more definitively.
We leave here with a very simple proposal, a method of understanding that is our final and best offer. We'll see if the Iranians accept it.
Throwing into question whether the shaky ceasefire would hold, if further talks would be held, and whether U.S. forces would return to direct combat. Mushahid Hussain Sayed is a member of the Pakistani Senate.
Are the talks dead, and will we see the war restart?
No. Talks are not dead. There's a stalemate. But the fact is that top leadership met face to face. That's almost a miracle. And Pakistan pulled it off. So I think that says a lot. That shows that both sides are ready, able, and willing to seek a deal.
And the Pakistani government has said it was, quote, imperative the U.S. and Iran uphold the ceasefire and that it would also try to host further talks in the coming days, Margaret. Talks which could determine the fate of the Strait of Hormuz and a conflict which has seen global energy prices soar and thousands of people killed.
That's Imtiaz Tyab in Pakistan.